Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week in Destiny, we are delving into a bunker to unearth a long-forgotten war mine facility. In other words, our latest exotic mission is live, and we really hope you're enjoying your time using the very cool new axe to keep the Conductor's forces at bay. It actually is a good axe. So go play Heliostats. No power reset in Renegades. Update 9.1.5.1. Reminder, Arms Week is live. Trials of Osiris tomorrow. Bungie Foundation at TwitchCon. New Heliostat Bungie Rewards. All right. Heliostat is live. How are you enjoying our latest exotic mission? Do you have a good time with your new Scion buddies that Kaido sent to assist you? And how about Wolfsbane, our first ever exotic axe? The first ever of its kind. It's very strong, and you can make it even stronger if you find all the secrets in the mission. Heliostat can be accessed through the portal. Your first completion will be locked at normal difficulty with fixed modifiers, and you'll be rewarded with a power bump for all fire team members. After that, you can customize the experience and launch it from the Pinnacle Ops tab. During this first week, all of Wolfbane's intrinsics are available, along with one of its exotic catalysts. Starting next week, the remaining catalysts will be available for everyone to discover. Look carefully, and you'll find all the secrets available. All right, well, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I do hope that the mission has more to offer. Like, I hope that in the process of discovering the other exotic catalysts, maybe the mission opens up a bit more. Nope, it's just going to be a data pad to the terminal. Possibly. Yeah, and I mean, that's probably how it's going to go. But yeah, the Heliostat mission could have been better, without a doubt, guys. And that's why, you know, I really am curious to know, like, what is their exotic mission standard? You know what I'm saying? All right, Destiny 2 Renegade power reset updates. In keeping with our commitment to hear and act on player feedback, we have some major changes to announce to how seasonal power will carry over at the beginning of Season 28 and the launch of Destiny 2 Renegades. Seasonal power will carry over from Season 27. Tooltips will be updated to reflect the removal of seasonal power resets. Unstable cores will also carry over. Now, since its announcements, we've seen some general questions about the power cap and unstable core economy. We have no plans to raise the power cap at this time. It will remain at 550 through Renegades. Guys, everybody, I got people in here saying W. So we're going to launch Renegades, and we're going to immediately go in there and just rack up tier 5s right out the gate. Like, that's just like that. And keep in mind, when you're 550, you don't even have to play at like the hardest difficulty. You're over leveled. So you're going to be able to walk in there and just snack, you know, exactly what you want. Look. And somebody's going to be like, Cross, you're being an elitist. Back in my day, you had to complete difficult content, like a Grandmaster Nightfall, to get the drop. Okay, Unc. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Our next priority for Unstable Cores is to revisit the economy and address player feedback around this currency. We plan to have more details in a future tweet. Stay tuned. God, Bungie, I just feel like you guys are making y'all's job just harder here. We can go back to upgrade modules. You know, I actually felt like where we went with upgrade modules beforehand, like I felt like we were in a good spot. Like that was all right. In addition to this, we will be adding power catch-ups in update 9.1.5.1 on October the 14th to give new and returning players a boost up to 300 power. As a reminder, we're also introducing a number of important adjustments to activity rewards and power climb in next week's update. Read on for a recap. All right, so portal and progression changes in update 9.1.5.1. As we've outlined late last month, update 9.1.5.1 will include tuning adjustments to how players interact with and progress in the portal. When this update goes live on October the 14th, this will include bumps to power earned on rewards, reductions to the difficulty caps at higher difficulties, and the removal of activity power increases when adding challenge modifiers to custom activities. Here's a selection of some of the imminent changes. We're speeding up the power climb with more powerful drops in solo ops, fireteam ops, and pinnacle ops. Almost every activity grade for each power range will see improved drops. The extra bonus Ingram rewards you get on top of your completed prizes will now have the same power as the Ingrams from the end of activity chests. Power adjustments has been removed from all challenge modifiers. Instead, players are capped in the effective power within each difficulty tier. So normal difficulty, Delta 0, Advanced -10, Expert 15, Master -20, Grandmaster -25, Ultimate -30. Players will no longer have difficulty tiers auto-selected for them until they meet the power level of the activity. Since the vast majority of players will be at 300 power or above going forward due to the catch-up chests, normal, advanced, and expert quick play nodes have been removed, as has the expert matchmaking tier from direct launch, so that you can find people when you try to matchmake. The new node replacing these has been adjusted so that anyone from 10 to 399 can earn good rewards from it. Be sure to read the 925 tweet for a deeper dive into what's changing. All right, so how do we feel about this, guys? Power adjustments has been removed from all challenge modifiers. Instead, you will be capped in effective power within each difficulty tier. And let me say this, somebody might be looking at -30 going, Oh my God, it's crazy. I'm always going to be at minus 30. Minus 30 is easy, man. I mean, it's not easy, but if you got even a decent build, you're gonna walk minus 30. You know, most of us have actually been using builds trying to take on minus 40 and minus 50. What you really should be getting from this, though, guys, is that they are simplifying the portal further. Which, if you remember Esoteric's video, that's essentially what many of the suggestions he made was the portal needed to be more simplified. All right. Kinda illegal shotgun mods. Arms Week is a periodic 1-week event recently introduced in the Edge of Fate, and it's live this week. It has its own event home where you'll find your daily and weekly challenges that reward event tokens, a reward pass with weapons, reroll chips, and more, as well as an event shop where you can spend your tokens for even more rewards. With shotguns taking the spotlight in this iteration of Arms Week, Dragon's Stasis Rapid Fire Slug Shotgun is available for the second time ever. It's a new archetype of slug shotguns, along with the perks like Proximity Power or Chill Clip. It's worth having one around. Additionally, other legacy shotguns will be available to buy with event tokens. They're not tiered weapons, by the way, they're old, but still, they are available. During the second Arms Week event, new mods will be available to earn after you visit Ada 1 at the shooting range and do some field work for her, including unstable shells, landing precision hits, or most of a pellet spread will attach a delayed explosive to the target. A legal trigger. Every shell fired increases rate of fire for a short time. Magazine size and reserves are increased beyond their normal limits. You've probably seen clips of this. It is pretty wild. I think the only reason why people have not been using shotguns is, number one, it is a temporary thing, right? It's just this week. Number two, if you're like me, you've been playing with all the sandbox changes that went live Tuesday. Like, we've been eating up the warlock changes. And then you got Aftershock. Find them most, create a wave of deadly energy behind the target. Hope you're having a good time earning some nice rolls and blasting enemies away with these broken mods. Chad, how do we feel about events like Arms Week? Again, that's like one of the big things Bungie is doing this expansion, where they have these events and they introduce these crazy mods that makes weapons crazy. They're cool. Meh. Do you feel like some of you are just not, like, do y'all look at this as like, this is not worth the time investment? I'd rather invest in a build that will carry over in the weeks to come. Yeah. I don't think you can bring it into the raid either, right? I don't think you can bring these mods in the raid. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, what's for trials this weekend? We're just checking with Saint 14, so we might as well share the plans with you. This weekend, the map will be redacted. The featured weapon will be redacted. Just kidding. You can expect to land on Javelin 4 for your combat this weekend with Auric Disabler as your reward. For those not in the know, Auric Disabler is a strand precision frame auto rifle that has some great perk combinations. We're quite fond of slice sword logic for PvP, while we heard great things about Firefly and Tear for PvE. All right. So Javelin is back. PvP players rejoice. Auric Disabler is actually a pretty good weapon, or at least on consoles, the numbers look pretty good. Seems like console players enjoy this weapon. All right, Bungie Foundation gearing up for TwitchCon. It's that time of the year, Guardians. The Bungie Foundation is hitting the road to sunny San Diego for TwitchCon October 17th through the 19th. And we're bringing something special for those attending. Track down the Bungie Foundation team at the convention and make an in-person donation to earn the exclusive Big Heart emblem, available only at TwitchCon. This is your one and only chance to grab this limited emblem, so be sure to find us and say hi when you're there. Stay tuned to the Bungie Foundation social channels for real-time hints on where we'll be posting up at the convention. And we might just have some extra surprises in store as well. We can't wait to link up IRL and do some good things together, or do some good together. Stay classy, Guardians. All right, so that's the emblem, guys. I live in San Diego, and going to the con, have fun, man. Have fun. We won't be there, guys. We just have, the baby's supposed to drop any day now, like any moment. This baby's supposed to be coming. Bungie Rewards transmatting. That's right, guys. If you've done the quest this week, you can get a hoodie. Known issues. The vault from inventory function is not working when using a controller. Interesting. Yeah, the vaulting from inventory was messing up this week. Yeah, even on PC. But we've worked around it with press control. The new competitive emblem for reaching Ascendant 3 is not visible in collections. Okay, but it's hopefully there. Clan reward engrams cannot be claimed by players over 500 power. Abilities. Vortex grenades are pushing some enemy types away instead of pulling them in. Oh, I hate it when it does that. The Chains and Warlock's Glacial Harvest aspect to remove the Stasis Shard creation cooldown in PvE will be released in update 9.1.5.1. Arc chaining from the lethal current aspect is not activating combination blow. Exiting Weave Walk with a finisher does not grant Woven Mail. Very specific. Weapons. The Rolling Ovation Catalyst is not dropping as intended. Heavy crossbows are not piercing non-champion immunity shields with anti-barrier bow equipped. Enhanced Reservoir Burst is not granting its intended bonus to magazine size. Armor and perks. The Stronghold Exotic Armor is not granting infinite guard to special ammo swords. Activities in Portal, the Heliostat Exotic Mission lists the incorrect selection of champions when previewing the activity. It should state the players will encounter barrier and unstoppable champions. Changes previously made to the activity difficulty have been unintentionally reverted, making Portal activities more difficult than intended. The Heliostat mission is not granting Wolfsbane intrinsic to all players in the fire team. Yeah, it's not. You actually want to send one of your fire team members to take out 3, the first 3, and then another one take out the second 3, and then the third take out the next 3. Hopefully you'll get all the intrinsic in one go. Honestly, you may just want to run the mission solo, to be honest. Arms Week. The full spin weekly challenge is not progressing when purchasing non-event weapons from 8 of 1. Players are unable to progress the initial calibration quest on alternate characters. Challenges and pursuits. Some players cannot complete the Reclaim Missiles Discover seasonal challenge. Okay, so a couple seasonal challenges here can be done. And then raids and dungeons. Players who complete the Atlas and Almanac quests in the Desert Perpetual Epic before completing the Maps and Territories quests in the normal version of the raid are unable to complete the latter quests. The face race feat wipe in the Agrios inherent encounter in the Desert Perpetual Epic is triggering too early. Watch movie of the week. What? I love that this one movie of the week. Greg just rolls over. Ah, shit. That's fantastic. Oh, that's good right there. No, good movie of the week there. Good shit, guys. All right, as a final note, Twit over, folks. You're now free to go back and play. Maybe gather your fire team together for another run of Heliostat or go crazy with those limited time shotgun mods or test how powerful Wolfsbane can be. Maybe you give it a go on the epic version of the Desert Perpetual. One thing we know for real, you can't deny a weapon its purpose. So wreak havoc against the Vex collective consciousness with it. It has to be this way. The Destiny 2 community team. All right, I'm gonna be honest, man. The builds right now are cooking too good. We will look back at the axe and some other stuff, but warlocks are cooking so fucking hard right now.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.